Binks here. I'm gonna be honest, I thought this deck was going to be bad. DeraJN, who is one of the most awesome Twitch streamers and YouTubers for Marvel Snap, also has a great podcast with Dexter, took this deck and won a tournament with it a little bit ago. There was a big streamer invitational and has been really saying that this is one of the most overlooked decks in Marvel Snap. I have seen other people play it and I always thought that it wasn't that great. I feel like Ronan and Darkhawk have some weird synergies. I am not a huge fan of Master Mold, but what I feel is that if you don't take a deck for a spin yourself, it's really hard to get a full understanding of it. And even though I usually do my own decks, today I am taking a look at DeraJN's molded and folded list. So this is the molded with the lads version that with the new inclusion of Iron Lad and a lot of different 4-drops, but essentially the goal of the deck is to push ahead with things like Zabu to get access to our 4-drops early, play Master Mold to kind of infect our opponent's hand and hopefully lower their draw so that we can get benefits out of both Darkhawk and Ronan, and then we have Mystique to copy both of those. A few other choices that are really cool with the deck. We can get Zabu and Sarah down in the same game to have access to a bunch of mana cheat at the very end of the game, playing out a flurry of 4-drops or, you know, just some of our smaller pieces. We have the Doom on the top end. I think that almost every deck is better with Doom as that option on turn 6 to just kind of give you a chance if you've already gotten ahead on all 3 lanes. Playing Dr. Doom is really, really hard for your opponent to beat most of the time. We have cards like Enchantress to be able to mess with our opponent's cards. We have Rockslide that can cause some disruption as well as feed our Darkhawk, Korg on the lower end as well. And it worked pretty darn well. I had over a 50% win rate. I won quite a bit of cubes. I think we ended up at about 56% win rate with this deck, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think that if I had continued learning this deck for a long time, I do think this deck has a really high skill ceiling of knowing when to use your resources, when to utilize the Cosmo and the Enchantress right, and how early to play cards like Darkhawk. Also, when to make changes towards the end of the game, because on turn 5, you kind of have a big choice. Do I go with like the Sarah game plan? Am I just slamming down a Ronan? Do I play a couple of cards to try and get ahead to slam down Dr. Doom on turn 6? It's a very high skill cap deck, but super, super fun. Shoutouts to Dera again for having this. And I think that this is a really fun deck if you are able to have access to these cards. I know it's a little bit prohibitive. As always, if you're enjoying this content, make sure to hit the like button. Check down below, make sure you subscribe for daily Marvel Snap content, and catch you live at twitch.tv/Binks_plays. Enjoy. You piece! We'll just go Master Mold. Master Mold's very annoying with things like Bar with no name, because they don't have any real space to like get these cards out of their hand. Need 2 Sentinels a piece. I wish we had priority because this Cosmo would hit a little different, but we'll just have to take no priority and be a little sad. Tried running Sandman in a similar deck. I think you'd run Wave over Sandman, right? Like Wave is now just if you're aiming to play Sandman on turn 5, Wave is simply a better play on turn 5 100% of the time because it costs 2 less. Sandman is now only played in decks where you can ramp him out. You would absolutely play Wave instead of Sandman. Wave is like... What a smart... I love my opponent. What an absolute fucking gamer, dude. What an absolute gamer. I love it, dude. I've been saying hello to opponents like Bro told me to. I have not. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I have not been doing that. I really hope they don't play Professor X left to be incredibly rude of them. Or Professor X right. You're a piece. Okay. I'm not going to play in Bar with no name, by the way. There's no world I play in Bar with no name. They will chicken out and think that I will play into it. Yeah, Rockslide nerf diff, dude. The fact that this game is going to come down to this Psycho Titania the opponent played is fucking awesome. Yeah, look, they're panicking. I guarantee you they don't play there. There's no world the opponent plays middle. Or no, I think they are going to play here. Well, I guess... No, they're not going to play here because they think that we're going to play here. Play mid? No. Cheater. Everyone in chat thinks that they know how to win games. It's all about... if there's one thing Vinx has, it's mental fortitude, dude. If there's one thing he has, it's mental fortitude. If they play Sentinel mid, he wins. Exactly. Chat. You guys are all thinking too goddamn one-dimensionally, okay? Of course, if they don't do anything and they play Sentinel, they would win. But they know that too. So they say, I'm not going to play Sentinel, I'm going to play Storm. Wait, isn't Storm like a never... No, because they thought that we were going to play Storm, we were going to play something and give them back the Titanium. But we don't, because they thought that we were. I think Zabu is more important than Master Mold. So Master Mold we can play later and not worry too much. Zabu to get to our Iron Lad Rock Slide early is much more important. Organ one opponent has no fun. Ooh, Olympia. Fog. Okay, we either have Mystique, Enchantress, Cosmo, really bad Iron Lad hits, so we will just go ahead and Rock Slide. Rock Slide's a much better play here. Often going to be a Sarah game and maybe like spam cards at the very end of the game. Yo! Eggs! Thank you so much for the raid. What is up, eggs? Eggheads. Isn't egghead like an insult? I was gonna call it eggheads like saying like you're... I was gonna say egghead like calling like your fans eggheads, but I feel like egghead also like comes as an insult. Am I crazy? Dude, I hate the UI so much. We have many names, we haven't decided what's best yet. We can figure it out right now, if you're down. Eggheads, Eggerinos. Team Scrambled. I can keep going. Okay, Iron Lad. We'll play Darkhawk, and then Iron Lad can hit either Doom or Mystique. And it might be guaranteed one of them, which is pretty sweet. They're going to be all filled up right in middle. The Yokers, yo. Hold it the coup. I think we hold on the Iron Lad this turn because next turn, chat, if this Mystique lane's right, we can just Enchantress them both. I think we just Sarah to set up for a pretty cool turn. Because Iron Lad is guaranteed to be Enchantress if we play our cards right. Okay, so this is Enchantress. This is pre-nerf Enchantress. They're going first as well, so they could play like Onslaught, a few other things here. So if we Iron Lad this Enchantress, this gets -6, so we actually win right. Pretty lit. Even if they play another ongoing effect that affects here, we still beat it. And then we can play Ronan middle. They will have 4 cards in hand. This will be 11 power. They're getting -6 from the Enchantress Iron Lad. This is a very well played game right there. Blue Marvel problems? Are there? Are there Blue Marvel problems? Bonka bonka. Common Binks W, by the way. I forgot that the frickin'... Oh man, I forgot that the Mysterio works that way. We could have lost if that was on the right, but it wasn't. Because we believed, chat. Because we believed. Ooh, if we win Asgard, We just go middle, right? Because we'll win Asgard by winning middle. If we win Asgard, we should get like a guaranteed Iron Lad at the end of the game, or have a very, very tight idea of what we should expect. Maybe I'll get Cosmo too to just play over on the left, because I'm guessing they have some crazy shit going on. Yeah, we have guaranteed Cosmo next turn. Is he going to play the Iron Lad that's guaranteed Cosmo, or we draw the Cosmo? Yeah, they're playing middle now. I think we, you know, even if they get like Red Skull, we're still fine. If they Enchantress and something, we're in a bit of trouble. Cosmo. What you got over here? Maw. 0. Typhoid Mary actually goes off because of Cosmo, there's 0. Let's go. In your face. Let's go. Oh, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. Yeah, seeing things like Asgard with Iron Lad, you can get guarantees on the final turn and know exactly, like, just pretty much get full access to your deck with things like Asgard. It's very cool. We have priority. We've been doing really well playing Cosmo on the Angela lane with priority. Yeah, locations disrupt move pretty bad as well. Yeah, this has been really solid. This has been really, really good. Just completely blocking them. Cosmo on turn 3 is pretty good. That is very funny. Okay. Okay, we'll get the Darkhawk situated in Milano with the Cosmo. Throwing a Korg on their deck. I'm really happy with my snap. We could potentially just end up Dr. Dooming. Master Mold is very bad here. I think Ronan's great, though. Ronan's absolutely wonderful. I think we take Ronan to fight this Collector, because their whole thing is going to be adding cards to their hand, and that's just kind of dope in many ways. Let's think about our Iron Lad, though. We could get Sarah, Mystique, Rockslide. Ooh. Mystique, Rockslide, and Sarah are all premium Iron Lad hits. But I think we can Ronan first, still. And then we can Iron Lad and something next turn. Ooh, look at how big they're making my Ronan for me. Chonking up that Ronan. Keep that Ronan chonking. Get your body right. Okay, so they have a 4 cost and a 5 cost in their hands. The Agent Coulson's, those cards are probably not going to get played. They have a Kitty Pryde. You know that they have those 3 cards, and then just whatever else they have. So my guess is they'll probably end up with 4 cards. So I think the Mystique is certainly worth it. Nothing to Enchantress. I also think about Dooming. And I feel like we've been... The problem is Doom doesn't win left. This could either hit Master Mold or Rockslide, either affecting the Darkhawk and the Ronan. Let's go. Ugh. If this hits the Sarah, we're in trouble. If this hits either the Darkhawk or the Rockslide, I think we're going to be okay. Their kitty's tiny. I think I'd rather do this than go right. Yeah, I think we did well to fight for this really hard. All right, if this hits the Sarah, we're in trouble. Rockslide is great, doubling up that Darkhawk. Bang bang. Enchantress right is scary. Let's see if they can beat 12 left. Kitty wasn't very big. They don't have a demon. This is anti-synergy for them. Very good game. Zabu into Rock Slide is always a very solid pair of turns. Is Master Mode worth 3K? I definitely do not think so, personally. Feels like 1 in 12. Might be 1 in 12. I wanted that Iron Lad. I wish you hadn't done that, but I understand that you had to. Didn't have a choice. You only need to win 2 locations by 1. It's like when you lost with a massive Black Panther. Very true, yeah. I got 2,000 power. I got 2 billion power that game, but I still lost. How is that possible? Probably the same people who think early and Thursday don't rhyme. True and based. No Enchantress? Bunka. What to do here? Opponent has 3 cards in hand. They've been playing low curve stuff the whole game. We can Ronan, which tries to force a win, right? I think that's our best play. We could also Sarah, but I don't really have a good follow-up to Sarah. I'm very confident. I don't know how they win. Enchantress. Enchantress is how they win. Enchantress is indeed how they win. Do you think they have Enchantress yet? I think we're just dumpstered by Enchantress, so I think we just take the L if they haven't. Total power will matter in 2 weeks when Living Tribunal comes out, though? Not really. Bonka bonka. Love me a Master Mold win. That's a big Master Mold game right there. That is a nice Master Mold game. We've been looking for a good one. That Master Mold came in super clutch to finish out the Ronan thing. Mystique Mold is a great finisher. It does feel crazy that I'm like at infinite 122. I don't feel like I've changed too much about how I've been playing over the last like 3 months, but I just keep kind of climbing, you know? Could you fit Crystal in the deck? You could. Would it make the deck worse? I absolutely believe so. Someone mentioned Crystal in a dinosaur Ronin hybrid, and that is how I'm going to use Crystal at some point next week. We'll take the Snappy of Zabu on 2. Good card. Zabu into rocks. Like if their goal right now, if what they're hype on is that they're gonna get like a crazy lockjaw turn, hopefully the rocks can you know beat them up a little bit. Tribunal is a huge trap. Playing for 3 lanes is often worse than 2. So the thing that Tribunal is meant for, in my opinion, is to do like a crazy combo with like Iron Man Mystique something in 1 lane and then like try and play the Living Tribunal. Yeah, we had this locked down. And we get a Cosmo it. Oh baby. Oh baby. And we get a Cosmo their lockjaw. Oh baby. No draws for you, sir. Opponent wants to draw, but he's saying no. Do not draw. I didn't even try and draw, in peace. At least their Odin didn't trigger. Get it, chat? Doesn't really matter. Go Sarah mid. Grand Central's really bad for us. Grand Central's pretty damn bad, to be honest. Leech could be worse. Oofs. It's probably wins, right? very often. The Darkhawk's 20 power. It's enormous. They have to be 12. They dinosaur, we're in a lot of trouble. Man, maybe they're gonna dinosaur here. But if they dinosaur, wouldn't they just dinosaur left? It's all about where I Darkhawk. Darkhawk right. Love that. Love that for me. Huge Darkhawk. I almost missed Darkhawk right. Thank you. Are you the only content creator Ben Brode is playing with? Do you two know each other? He has made content with Kawa Tech before. So Kawa had him on Jeopardy. I was also on that Jeopardy. He has made some content with Eggs before. He was on Eggs' stream and they played. He's played with Shroud. So basically I'm Shroud in many ways. But I'm just really lucky. I think me and Ben get along really well. I think he just really likes my content, which I'm incredibly privileged to be in that position. But I'm pretty sure it's just like he really, really likes my content. So he enjoys watching me. And therefore, essentially the way that I started talking to him is that he tweeted about a game that we had. He tweeted about a game we had super early, like late at night, because I played him in Ego on ladder. And then he tweeted me about the Ego game. And then I made a YouTube video about the Ego game, and in the intro to the YouTube video, I asked him to add me on Twitter, to follow me on Twitter. And then he followed me on Twitter, and then I used that to DM him and ask him to do the first collab that we did. And then we started like talking and DMing. So that's kind of how I got that's kind of how I connected with Ben initially. The Iron Lad is just really good here, right? Could hit Zabu, Sarah, Ronan, Cosmo. Do we have priority? We don't, but that's fine. How did the rock die? With collapse mines. Collapse mines, it says destroy your rocks, not destroy your rocks that were created from this location. You almost baited me. Close. Close. It was a valiant effort. I really needed to find some way to get ahead here, but what we can do is just hope that a Doom is enough, I think. Opponent snapped. Son of a B. So even if they, so let's say they Juggernaut right, and then they eventually play Killmonger Silver Surfer. They will have 5, they will get +4, they will go to 9. They'll get +2, they'll go to 11. It will tie the Iron Lad. So hopefully we end up having enough. We can't play anything on here, but I guess we can go Darkhawk left into like Mystique middle and something. Probably our best chance for victory. Yeah, they full went right. This is 15 power, all going middle. I think we're fine there. Let me just throw the Zabu left and hope that 12 left is enough. I don't think there's any combination of 2 cards that can beat us here. I think we're fine. I think it's Jug middle. Could be Jug middle. We beat the Surfer. Look at our Mystique piece. Look at her. Look at me. Take a cheeky 4. Master Mold worth 3,000 tokens. If you're a huge Ronan fan, I think he probably goes in just about every Ronan deck. If you are not a huge Ronan fan, I think the card is bad. The card is very bad outside of Ronan decks. Yeah, I am very confused as to what would happen with the Mysterio thing. I bet it would just do nothing. Because it's like a name. Ult goes in this deck and that's about it. Yeah, very true. I bet it does nothing. That would be my guess as to what would happen. It would just like fizzle. Mysterio's crazy. It played 3 clones and became a normal 4-power Mysterio. Then it crashed my game. Oh, you were playing battle mode against yourself. Couldn't get back until the next BM round started. That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Thank you for doing this testing, Get Wrecked. This is actually really cool stuff. You should record it and give it to me for free content. No, just kidding. But you should record it and like post it on Twitter. I think that that's really cool, and I think that people would really, really like to see that stuff. Oh, it was versus Brode and you took a video? Yo, Pog. Okay. Iron Lad can hit Darkhawk, Cosmo, Rockslide, Mold. We don't have priority, which is a bit iffy, but I think this is just really strong. You're going to be really upset you play that Enchantress this turn. We just go Sarah into Darkhawk Mystique. You def report the Iron Lad Mysterio crash. I mean, like the odds of that happening in the real context of the game and not to do it as a joke is, I can't even imagine what situation would happen where that would be the case. Unbelievably rude of my opponent, by the way. Yeah, this is still an 8-power card. Still wins here. I think 16 power, it's pretty good. They have no other way of destroying my cards. If they don't play something that's more than 8 power left, we definitely win. If they play something more than 8 power left, we're probably in trouble. Kind of what it will come down to. Yeah, I think we win this. Because this is going to flip 6 power. And then this ties. So we win by just enough. Unless M'Baku. Unless there's an M'Baku. Look at that, chat. We beat a deck that played both Enchantress and Shang-Chi. Amazing. Make sure to subscribe. Watch that one too.